Next up at UFC Vegas 74, we have a very recent fight. No DraftKings prices here. We have John Sexy Mexi Castaneda taking on Muin Gafurov. And this is an interesting fight because John Castaneda, pretty big favorite in his original matchup, right? A lot of people loving him to just steamroll,
Sexy
get it done.
baby.
And then he gets this matchup, open as a big favorite. Odds makers are like, oh, he was a favorite. It's he's short notice opponent. He should still be a big favorite. And the betting community was like, nah, son. And that line tightened big time. And I wouldn't be surprised if Muin became the favorite in this matchup.
Pull the hip chip, por favor. You know what that means?
No.
Can you repeat?
Oh.
Pull the hip chip, por favor.
John Castaneda, 19-6 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is coming off that KO loss to Daniel Santos, who we broke down earlier. Muin Gafurov, 18-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He is making his official UFC debut on short notice after a Contender Series loss a few years ago. John Castaneda, former Division II wrestler, comes forward. He sets an incredible pace, just absolutely bombs away. He's got fast hands, and then he shoots takedowns when he has the openings. He does have a ton of power. He does not have a ton of power, but he makes up for it just with pressure, aggression, just constantly coming forward, never really stopping there. He does get taken down, though, right? He's got D2 wrestling credentials. He looks for takedowns, but he can be taken down.
And then he quit. I don't even think it was a full year.
Well, it's still D2 is
he still got there.
Something. It's not club.
But it's not like it was a full wrestling career. I mean, but he quit to do MMA. It's not like he quit to
to do
work
nothing.
at Domino's.
But one of my loser buddies used to work at a pizza shop. Now he's just like dying to get famous on YouTube. Anyway, John Castaneda can get a little tired sometimes. That's what happened against Daniel Santos. He dropped Santos multiple times, and then he just gassed out chasing that finish. But I guess if you're going to gas, it might as well be that way. He's taking on short notice, less than a full week short notice, Muin Gafurov. Gafurov's an absolute savage. He is a wrestler, or Sambo, but he's a wrestler who's going to plant his feet, trade just punch for punch with anybody. He is incredibly exciting. He's incredibly high-paced. He's got solid skills everywhere. He does have power in his hands, good wrestling, solid speed, solid cardio, but he does get sucked into brawls. He's just going to start swinging wild, and you'll swing wild, and then it just becomes a 50-50 fight, and he might be getting dropped, or he's going to drop his opponent, but either way, this dude is you're making a face like he hasn't been stopped a bunch of times in wild firefights.
He's never been finished. He's never been finished. And he's got 17 of his 18 wins.
He gets sucked into firefights.
He's never been finished, and 17 of his 18 wins are by finish.
Yeah, listen, he's a killer.
What did it say? What did it say when you just looked it up?
I'm pulling it up now. Hold on, please hold.
Oh my God, this is
okay. Hasn't been finished, but in the tape he gets dropped. I watched the tape.
Tell me he hasn't been finished. Tell me.
I didn't say, but
tell me. Pull the hip and shit.
To be fair to me, I said he's either getting dropped or dropping his opponent. I didn't say finished. He gets dropped. You watched the tape. You watched him get. No, I didn't. Run it back.
You said he's constantly getting finished. No. Finish came out of your mouth. No. I'll listen to it right now. Okay, I'll just fucking listen to it right now.
After you said it.
No.
He gets dropped on the tape. Okay? Anyway, short notice fight. Doesn't mean it's going to be an easy night for John Castaneda. This is a dumb, tough fight to pick. On one hand, you got to go John Castaneda because it is short notice. He is the guy. He's been training. He's got the forward pressure. He has the D2 wrestling. He can just
You're making a face like he hasn't been stopped a bunch of times. Is it your exact quote?
Well, things happen. But that was after you interrupted me. But you interrupted me.
I know my intro's like, I know my truth. That's not what I said.
Alternative facts. But you interrupted me and you threw the whole thing off because I said he gets dropped, which he does get dropped. Can we both concede?
It's not an auto stop teleprompter. You control that by hand.
It's not even a teleprompter.
So you got to stop it. You got to start. It's like me with the timer on Saturdays.
Anyway, Castaneda should win. He should be the favorite. He's got a short notice opponent. They honestly have very similar styles. Very similar styles. They're going to come forward with nonstop aggression, look for takedowns when they can get them. Those aren't similar styles. The difference is John Castaneda is very takedownable. For a dude that wrestled Division II, he gets taken down quite a bit. Let's take a look at the percentage. Only a 60% takedown defense. That's what's concerning me here, and I'm sort of contradicting myself because very, very slight lean for Castaneda because of the short notice, but I do have a plus money bet at plus 140.
Oh my God, I forgot that you did. I completely forgot that you did this. You pick one side and you bet the other side. What?
Those odds are too juicy.
Oh my God.
Muin can come forward, break Castaneda, get it done. Why don't you go ahead and tell us why you think Muin's going to win and why my bet's a good bet?
Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't just be your pick if that's your bet. That's the issue.
Because there, the short notice is the concern. It's a very 50. It's right there, razor thin fight. Go ahead. Tell me why my bet is correct.
Yeah, I will be referring to John Castaneda as Sexy Mexi for the rest of this breakdown because he is a former lock of the week, and he was a great lock of the week. He was a lock of the week. Unlike Johnny Munoz Jr., he came in and smoked Miles Johns. And the reason I picked him to win that fight is because this is a tough dude, man. This dude, Sexy Mexi, is a tough dude, well-rounded, can offensive wrestle, can defensive wrestle, has good striking, and I knew that he could wear down Miles Johns in that fight. That's exactly what happened. He avoided the big right hand and he wore him down. The issue is, in his last fight, he kind of got worn down. And he got worn down in a fight that he was having some good success in. Now, he got tired, kind of chasing a finish a little bit, but he was recovered in the second round, and that pressure of Willie Cat really kind of broke him down. And going into this fight, I was like, I believe that Muin can get the takedowns, but can he control and can he outwork Sexy Mexi? Because that's how he's going to have to win this fight, right? He's got power in his hands. If he knocks out, Sexy Mexi, I could see that happening too because he does throw with absolute heat. When he lands, it is powerful. And he also works the body too, which I like with kicks, with shots, because that's how Willie Cat was kind of breaking down Sexy Mexi in that fight. But my biggest concern was, can he outwork Sexy Mexi? If you watch that Contender Series fight, your answer would probably be no, because he lost that fight because he was getting a little bit gassy. He couldn't get the takedowns like he was getting early. But when I was watching him in the LFA fights, he looked like a different person. He looked like he took his time more. His shots were a little bit better. He was a little bit more conditioned later in the fights. He still brought that power into the later rounds. And then when I saw on his Instagram, this dude was training with Merab, getting Merab ready for the Petr Yan fight. So he's in Merab's camp. He was there. And I love the fact, this is short notice, right? But he had a post 12 weeks ago that says, I'm staying in shape. I'm staying ready. UFC, give me a short notice fight. I'm ready. I want it. So this dude has been training. He's been ready. He's still young, 27 years old. I think that this is going to be the best Muin we have seen to date. And unfortunately for Sexy Mexi, former lock of the week, I think he just kind of gets outworked. And when he's not outworking somebody, I think he's got a tough way to win this fight. I think Muin just kind of grinds him, gets the takedowns, maybe finds him a big shot on the feet, but I think he pulls out this fight.
So the short notice doesn't concern you at all, or it's a little bit of a concern?
Not at all. Literally, because he's on Instagram. It's not like he was pulled off the street. He's been wanting this shot for a while, and I think he's ready to prove. I mean, another good part about the Contender Series fight is he's fought in the Apex before, so it's a UFC debut, but he's been in this situation. He's fought in that cage in the arena, so I think he's gonna look pretty good in there.
I hope he gets it done. I got the plus 140. I think you got him at plus 145, right?
Yeah. He opened at somebody. I think somebody said he opened at like plus 200 or something, but immediately it was like boom, 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 boom.
I show plus 150 here, but there's.
But it was like those Twitter odds when people are just posting like random Twitter odds that aren't really on a book yet.
Well, so we're somewhat aligned here. We both think Muin can get it done. The short notice bothers me a little more than it does you, but we're both willing to risk our money at it's very solid. Would you bet him at plus 110 or even money?
I think he should be the favorite.
Okay.
Not crazy. I think he should be a minus 150 favorite. So I would bet him all the way to that in my mind.
Gotcha. Well, Jakey Boy and I are aligned on this fight. We both have bets on this fight. We don't have DraftKings pricing yet. It'll be interesting to see when the DraftKings pricing comes out what they do with this, because the opening odds and the closing odds are going to be very different, and DraftKings probably won't give us pricing on this for another day or two. So when the odds settle, then they'll put some pricing out. I'm hoping we get.
They already have the 8 8,200.
Every slot is basically already filled. So they're either going to repeat an existing slot or just make something up entirely. So it should be even. That's what it should be. But maybe we get lucky and we get Muin Gafurov at some underdog pricing. And if we do, then he'll definitely be in my lineup because he should be able to put in some work. Even if he loses the fight, he'll put up some numbers. And if he has a 7 in front of his price tag, that would be phenomenal. If you want to unlock our DraftKings optimizer, our DraftKings plays, the ownership projections, and all the tools that helped our community win $120,000, $130,000.
Mitch is a movie star.
In DraftKings alone, go to WeWantPicks.com, just click Become a Member. It's just $10 hairs a month.